Hello students, myself Mukul Trivedi, and now I am going to teach you irrigation engineering. Okay, so you know that before reading any subject or any topic or anything, if you are doing anything in your life, you should know why I am doing this, what about this, what is this history. Okay, people who learn this subject or people who learn this work, they may lead to this type of work and all. Okay, whether your work is good or bad, okay, if you are doing anything, whether it will be good or bad, you should think twice why I am doing this. Okay, for bad things, obviously think thrice. Okay, why you are doing this. Okay, why you are drinking this, why you are smoking. Okay, so okay, always think in your life, always. Okay, so lecture apart, we are discussing about the irrigation engineering. Okay, so it has a weightage of 1 to 2 marks or sometimes 4 marks also in your GATE exam. Okay, very less weightage, but the work to marks ratio, okay, means in this subject you don't need a hard work like structure analysis, like RCC, like steel. Okay, this is a very easy subject, and the questions which come from this subject are also easy in the exam. Okay, so this is like you should score in this subject. You can score full marks in this subject easily. Okay, with very less effort you can easily score marks in irrigation. Okay, so don't leave subjects like irrigation, hydrology, open channel flow, okay, surveying. These are very simple subject and easy subject to score. Okay, now we'll talk about the irrigation. Okay, so this is about the exams. Now we are talking about the irrigation. So what is irrigation? Why irrigation come? What is the necessity of irrigation? Okay, so before the necessity, we'll learn what is irrigation. What do you understand by irrigation? Okay, so as you know, India is a monsoon dependent. Indian economy is depend on agriculture, and our agriculture is depend on monsoon. Okay, our agriculture is depend on monsoon because plants need water to live. As we need water, food, plants prepare their food with the help of sunlight, and sun wants water, okay. So this is a give and take relationship between water and sun. Okay, if you already study the hydrology, you know how we determine the consumptive use of the plant. Okay, by evapotranspiration. Okay, so in India, what happens? Rain will come on the monsoon period, but if we need to grow the crop for whole year, okay, means I want to grow a number of crops, okay, during a year, so I want water, okay, for the whole year. So how I can arrange the water? With the help of irrigation. Okay, so we'll see all these things in the irrigation, means how we restrict or how we stop the water. Okay, how we store the water during monsoon, how we use that water for a winter crop. Okay, because monsoon crop means kharif. Okay, we'll study that also, which are monsoon crop, which are winter crop. Okay, I'll discuss the syllabus with you guys. But before that we need to study that why we are studying this irrigation engineering. Okay, and before that I am going to give you the definition for irrigation engineering. Okay, so it is defined as the artificial or the process. It is defined as the process of artificial supply of water. Please write supplying of water to soil for growing crops. Okay, so write, it is defined as the process of artificial supply, okay, artificial supply of water, to the soil for growing crops, okay. Or you can say it is the science, okay, of developing, or you can say it is a science of planning and designing, effective low cost economic irrigation system, okay. For what reason? For the tailor fit the natural condition, okay. So I can write that it is a science of, or I can say it is a science of planning and designing effective or efficient low cost economic irrigation system to tailor fit to natural condition, okay. Tailor fit to natural condition, okay. So this is the definition. Please write the definition for irrigation engineering, okay. It is defined, as the process of artificial application of water to the soil for growing crops, or I can say it is a science of planning and designing effective low cost economic irrigation system to tailor fit the natural condition, okay. Now sir, why we need irrigation system? Why? What is the necessity? What will be the necessity for irrigation system? I hope this is done, guys. So now we are going to study that what is the necessity, okay. What is the necessity, okay. Then we'll see the benefits also, but before that we'll see what will be the necessity, okay. So please write necessity, okay. Please write necessity of, okay. Please write necessity of irrigation, okay. So our first necessity is that less rainfall, okay. Due to less rainfall, what happens? If any area of our country receives less rainfall, okay. So mainly we are depend on monsoon. So in the monsoon period, in some year, what happens is that area will receive a less rainfall, okay. So the farmers of that area, or the people of that area which grow crops, will have a very less amount of water, okay. So we need an artificial supply of water, so that we can done by the irrigation, okay. So how it works, that I told you while I am explaining the syllabus. That time I told that how irrigation system works or how we'll prepare our irrigation system. Okay, so necessity is first is less rainfall. Okay, next is non-uniform rainfall. Okay, sometimes what happens, rainfall is not uniform to the whole area. Okay, non-uniform rainfall. Second is non-uniform rainfall. Okay, these are the reasons we'll develop a irrigation system. Okay, next is if we have a irrigation system, we'll grow the number of crops during the year. Okay, we'll grow multiple times. Okay, if we don't have irrigation, then what happens? Then we'll only grow the crops on the monsoon period, because crop needs a uniform rainfall and crop needs water at a definite intervals. Water needed by the crop during a definite intervals. Okay, plants need water in a definite intervals. Okay, so if we have a irrigation system, proper irrigation system, then only we can give the water to the plants. Okay, if we don't have the irrigation system or if we don't have the water supply, so in that case, from where we can supply? Okay, so if we have a irrigation system, we can grow number of crops during year. Okay, during whole year. Okay, during the year. Okay, during the year. Next, if we have an irrigation system, we can grow perennial crops. Okay, please write. If we have a good irrigation system, we can easily grow perennial crops. Okay, please write perennial. Okay, we can grow a perennial crop. Okay, perennial crops. Next is fifth one. Okay, if we can control water supply. We can give a controlled water supply, because we have dams, we have canals. Okay, by which we can control the water supply. Okay, we can easily cultivate the cash crop or commercial cropping. Okay, we can do commercial cropping, right? Commercial cropping. Okay, how we can do a commercial cropping? Because some commercial crops need more amount of water, which we can supply if we have a proper irrigation system. Then only we can supply the crops to a commercial crop. Okay, we can supply the water to a commercial crop. So these are the 6 necessity of irrigation. Okay, now we'll see. Before that, we'll see what is your syllabus. Okay, now we'll discuss the syllabus. Okay, we'll know the necessity. Okay, and due to these modern methods of irrigation, okay, this is having some advantages, like it will give the water to the soil. Okay, it cools the soil and makes the condition favorable for the plants. Okay, we'll have a good amount of crops. Okay, due to this application of water, our tillage pan means the preparation of soil. Okay, we'll prepare the land before agriculture or before growing any crop. We'll prepare a land, so it softens the tillage pans. Okay, it softens the tillage pan. And now we are going to see the syllabus. So I am dividing your syllabus into 7 chapters. Okay, into 7 chapters. So, okay, what is irrigation? Okay, we'll understand what is irrigation, how we can supply the water. Okay, and before irrigation, our first priority is to supply the water for drinking purpose. Okay, because in dam or reservoir we'll supply the water for drinking purpose also. Okay, now we'll see that this will be my river. Okay, if this will be my river, okay, let us consider that this will be my river. Okay, this is my river. Okay, river is flowing. Okay, so if we don't stop the river, water will join the sea. Water will join the sea and become salty water. Okay, so that is not good for us. That's why we construct a dam. To maximize the use of that river water. Okay, because river is having a fresh water. Which is very useful for the humans. But if this water mixes with the sea, it becomes salty and that is useless for human beings. Okay, so that's why we invent these kind of dams. Dams are nothing but they'll restrict the river. So that we can store more amount of water in the rainy season, and then we'll use that water. How we can use that water? We'll construct the canals. Okay, we will construct the canals. So these are the canals. Okay, and we will divert the water. From, with the help of these canals, we will divert the water to a different location. Okay, to a different location for fulfilling the need. Okay, so we have different types of canal. This is main canal. Let us hope this will be the main canal. Okay, then we'll construct sometimes we will not construct a dam. Sometimes we will construct, if this is a river, will be a river. If we don't have that much amount of money to construct a dam, we will construct a weir or barrage, or we can say this is a cross drainage wall, or I can say this will be the head regulator. Okay, so what happens in this? Or we can say this is a diversion head work. Okay, so we'll construct a diversion head. Okay, we'll construct a diversion head work. Okay, so what happens in diversion head work? Okay, so if I want to divert some amount of water from the river to another location, then I have to do the ponding. I have to store some amount of water. That by that only we can easily divert the water. Okay, if I restrict the water, or if I store the water, then only I can divert that water to the river. Okay, so we will study this water, why we are diverting the water, so that with the help of these canals. Okay, this is the main canal. Now it will be taken some amount of water to a branch canal. Okay, then from the branch canal some amount of water can be diverted into a distributary. Okay, and from a distributary, waters are going into the field with the help of the water course. Okay, so if this is a field, okay, if this will be the field, we will study. If this will be the field. Okay, so we will study first chapter. In the chapter 1, we will study the introduction, or you can say we will study method of irrigation. Okay, in chapter 1 we will study method of irrigation, or I can say this is the introduction to irrigation engineering. Okay, introduction to irrigation engineering. Okay, so this will be your first chapter. In this, what we will study? In this, we will study the different methods of irrigation. What will be the suitable method, okay, for different crops, okay. So that all we'll see in this chapter, okay. Your next chapter is about, okay, so this is your first chapter. Next chapter is about, please write, next chapter, your second chapter, okay. Your, okay, wait. Okay, this will be your first chapter, and next chapter we will study is your soil moisture relationship, or I can say we'll study water. According to your workbook, it is water requirement of crop, okay, water requirement of crop, okay, water requirement of crops, and then we will study soil moisture relationship. Soil moisture relationship, okay. So what are these two chapters? I'm going to explain you what we'll study in this two chapters. Soil moisture relationship, okay. Soil moisture relationship, okay. So okay, so from this diagram, as our water reaches to a field, with the help of different methods which we'll study in the first chapter, we'll spread the water on the field. Now you should know that how much amount of water should I apply to the crops, or how much amount of water crop will need. So that we will see in soil moisture relationship. We will see how much amount of water a crop will need, and how much amount of water soil will store, and how much amount of water get wasted, okay. So that we will see in soil moisture relationship. Next, water requirements of crop. In these we will see the general terms related to your agriculture, okay. Means we'll see delta, duty, what will be the base period, what will be the crop period, okay. When a crop needed more water, okay. So these are under your engineering point of view. Okay, so if we are providing the water to agriculture field, so we'll a little know about the agriculture also. We should have a little knowledge about the agriculture. So we'll see these in these two chapters. We'll see the little knowledge about the plants and agriculture, okay. Now, and for the exam point of view, these two chapters are very important, okay. As per your GATE is concerned, these two chapters are very important, because mostly in GATE, question will be asked from these two chapters only, okay. If you have a very little time, I'll suggest please learn these two chapters, okay. At least please learn these two chapters, so you have a 80% chance to score full marks in irrigation engineering, okay. So that much helpful these two chapters have, okay. Now next we'll study about the canals, okay. Next we are going to study about the canals, okay. So next chapter is design of canal. Please write, next chapter will be design of canal, okay. Design of canal means the canal which is supplying the water to the field. So we should know how to design these canal, what are the challenges we'll facing in the canal, okay, because of sediments, okay. Sediments are, because in the river water we have sediments, and we are just diverting the river water into the canal, okay. So we'll study how to design a canal. Next chapter we will study about irrigation. Is next chapter is, please wait, okay, wait. Okay, wait. Okay. Next, your fifth chapter will be, please write, fifth chapter will be the dam, okay. We are going to study dams and spillway, okay. Dams and spillways, okay. So what is dam? As I told you, for restricting the river flow, we'll construct a dam so that we can divert the water, and it is having a multi-purpose use. Okay, that I will explain. After this I'll explain what is the use of that multi-purpose project, or it is also called multi-purpose valley project. Okay, dam is called multi-purpose valley project. What are the advantages to construct a dam? We will have a irrigation water. So first advantage is irrigation. Okay, second will be your water supply. Okay, water for drinking purpose and other use, we'll have that. Okay, we'll have power electricity. Okay, we'll have electricity. With the help of that hydropower we can generate electricity. Okay, it will give employment to different streams people. Okay, many peoples will have employment because of dams. Okay, in a fish culture we can see a fish cultures. Okay, and many advantages. A multi-valley project is having a multiple advantages. Okay, next we will study in the 6th chapter. In the 6th chapter we will study about this diversion headwork and seepage theory. Okay, so please write diversion headwork and seepage theories. Okay, so how we are, if we don't have the money for construction of dam, or in that place we do not need so many multiple things. Okay, we just need to divert the water into the canal. For that case we'll invest a less amount of money as compared to construct a dam. It will have a less amount of money to construct a diversion headwork, because it is have only one or two uses, that it diverts the canal. Okay, diverts the water to a canal. So we'll see the diversion headwork and how these weir and barrages will fail because of seepage or uplift pressure, that we will see in the seepage theory part. And in the 7th chapter I'll explain you some miscellaneous topics. Okay, some miscellaneous topics. Okay, that will include cross drainage work. Okay, that will include your cross drainage work. So what is a cross drainage work? So if there is a natural drain, okay, if there is some natural drain is passing like this, okay, and I am having a canal which is passing like this, okay, means there will be a cross connection of drain and my canal. So how I can pass a drain under the canal, or how I can pass a canal under the drain, or how I can pass these two discharges simultaneously, that we will see in a cross drainage work. Okay, next in this miscellaneous topic we'll see the canal fall, how the canal fall according to the gradient. Okay, how we'll construct a canal escape. Okay, if the water will overflow in the canal, how we'll do the arrangement for the escaping of that water. So that we will see in the canal escape, and we will see the types of outlet. Okay, outlet is what, when we have any distributary canal or a water course. So how we will supply the water from distributary to that field or to that water course. Okay, so that is called canal outlet. That also we will see, and the properties of canal outlet, that we will see in a miscellaneous topic. Your river training works. What is the river training work? So if river is having a high flood or low discharge for navigation, so how we can do the different construction to save the bank of the river from the floods, or for a proper navigation in a minimum discharge, that we will see in a river training. Okay, so these miscellaneous and many of the topics. Okay, your canal headwork, we'll see the canal headwork also. Okay, how your cross canal or the outlet of the canal, what will be the canal outlet. So that all we'll see in the miscellaneous topics, and this is your syllabus for a irrigation subject. This is a very short syllabus. Okay, so we will study all the topics thoroughly, and I guarantee you that you can solve any question of the irrigation. Okay, irrigation engineering. Now I am going to start your irrigation engineering. Okay, so now we will see what are the benefits of irrigation. Okay, so benefits of irrigation. Tell me guys. This is very simple, yaar. Tell me what are the benefits of irrigation. Okay, benefits of irrigation. Okay, so the first benefit is increase in crop production. Okay, how crop production increased? Simple. If we have a lot amount of water, if we have a adequate amount of water, okay, if we have adequate amount of water for the whole year, for growing a crop, so we can easily grow a number of crops. Okay, we can easily grow the number of crops whole year. Okay, in whole year, so we can increase the crop production. Okay, so the first will be increase in crop production. Okay, increase in crop production. Okay, increase in crop production. Next, if we have a lot of crops, so that we can easily fight against famines. Okay, so protection against famine, protection against famines. Okay, if we have a irrigation project, so we'll create a dam. Okay, we'll have a potential energy. We'll storing a water in a dam, so water will have a potential energy. So with the help of that potential energy, we can generate electricity. Okay, so power generation can be taken place. Power generation, and this is environment friendly. Okay, this is the environment friendly generation, power generation. Okay, like thermal power generation is very much will give a pollution. It will give a pollution, but this power generation is very much eco-friendly. Okay, next advantage will be we can easily cultivation of or growing of cash crop. Okay, growing of cash crop. Okay, cash crops. Okay, so what are cash crops? Indigo, sugar cane, tobacco, cotton, etc. These are cash crops. Okay, we can easily have a cash with the exchange of these crops, and these have multiple use of these crops, but they need more amount of water. So if we have artificial water, we can easily supply and we can easily grow a cash crop that will benefited our farmers. Okay, so our farmers get benefited. Okay, next is revenue generation. Next will be revenue generation, because revenue generation. Okay, how revenue can be generated? We'll give a tax on this water supply. Okay, we'll take a tax by giving a water, we'll take a tax, so revenue will be generated. Okay, from electricity revenue will be generated. Okay, for multiple purpose revenue will be generated. Okay, and one more thing that if we construct any dam or a multi-purpose valley project, so for that will generate lot amount of employment. Okay, so generation of employment is there. Okay, generation of employment. Also big farmers, what big farmers do, they'll hire labor or a small farmers for the cultivation, okay, or for a growing a crop, okay. So revenue, so employment will be employment generation, okay, employment generation. Okay. Next advantage will be the avoid mixed cropping. Okay, avoiding mixed cropping. Okay. So what is mixed cropping? Avoiding mixed cropping. Okay. So what is mixed cropping? Mixed cropping is nothing but when a farmer, okay, as a insurance, okay, farmer will grow 2-3 crops at a time. Okay, they'll grow 2-3 crops at a time. Why? Because if the environment become harsh or conditions are harsh, so that at least 1 or 2 crop will survive and they can easily generate a money by selling that crop. Okay. So what are the disadvantages of the mixed cropping? So if we'll do mixed cropping, what happens? The farmer will prepare the land, okay, according to that 2-3 crops. He'll divide the land into 2-3 portions and he'll prepare differently. Okay, he'll apply different type of manures. Okay, he'll apply different types of waters. Okay, because every crop will have a different requirements of crop. Like every human being will drink water, but the capacity of drinking water will be different. Okay. So we can avoid a mixed cropping if we have a lot amount of water. We'll have a good amount of water. Farmers can easily grow one crop with the assurance that their crop will not be damaged due to the conditions, because we'll have a lots of water. Okay. Next will be navigation, inland navigation. Okay. Next advantage is inland navigation. Okay, inland navigation. Okay, inland navigation. Okay, so these are the some advantages of your irrigation, and it has lots of advantage. Okay, it will increase your food production. Okay, it will increase the income of the country, and lots of benefits of these irrigation system. Okay, but these having some disadvantages also. Okay, disadvantages are enough. These advantages are enough. Okay, because in GATE exam they will not ask you the advantages. Okay, but we should know why we are doing irrigation and what is the use what is the use of that irrigation. Okay. Now it will have some bad effect also. It will have some bad effect or disadvantages. So I can write the disadvantages of irrigation. Okay, disadvantages of irrigation. Okay, so what are the different disadvantages? So the first disadvantage will be water logging. Okay, so what is water logging? As the name itself, water logging means the choking of water, or the fields are filled up with the water. Okay, inland navigation you will written. Okay, now what is inland navigation? I explain. Means we'll build a big canals. We'll build a large canals. So in that canal we can easily navigate with the help of a boat or something. Okay, so it is the cheapest way for the navigation. Now water logging, when because the lot of amount of water is stored in the dam. Okay, the amount of water is stored, large amount of water is stored in the dam. So it will increase the water table. It will increase the water table from that area. Okay, of that area. So it is an advantage. But if that water level will increase in a huge amount, so that water logging will take place, and in water logging is is not good for plants. Water logging is not good for the plants. Okay. Next is breeding of mosquitoes. Okay. Second will be the breeding of mosquitoes. Okay. Breeding of mosquitoes. Okay. So if large amount of water is stored, mosquitoes will develop in that area. Okay, so that will spread diseases. So these are disadvantage. Damp climate. Okay, due to the storage of huge amount of water, dampness in climate. Okay, due to that, dampness will occur in the climate. Okay, and it will makes the climate very damp, or moisture are available in that climate. Okay, so next is loss of valuable land. Loss of valuable land. Okay, loss of valuable land. Okay, so loss of valuable land. Okay, so I'll take an example of Tehri. Okay, I am just visited 1 or 2 years before. Okay, there is a college. Okay, that Tehri Dam, near that Tehri Dam, there will be only 3 things. There, a dam. Okay, our hotel and the college. Okay, so I want to give a lecture. Okay, I got a offer from there to deliver a lecture or to teach one subject or 2 subjects in that Tehri. Okay, for government colleges there will be a scheme for free gate classes. Okay, so according to that I visited Tehri. So I see that when the water level, okay, of that dam lowers, I am seeing the homes of some people. Okay, means now they will shifted to a new Tehri. People are shifted to the new Tehri, but their homes are already exist there in the water. Okay, so loss of valuable land will take place. Okay, people have to migrate from one point to another point due to these dam, due to these valley projects. Okay, people get migrated from other places. Okay, next is the formation of marshy land. Okay, formation of marshy land will take place. You can write formation of marshy land. Okay, fifth is formation of marshy land. Formation of marshy land. Okay, next is due to the constant application of some chemicals or manures or fertilizers, what happen, water gets infiltrate with the, okay, along the water, your fertilizers or manure, okay, like these chemicals will infiltrate into the groundwater, and it will leads to contamination of groundwater will take place. Contamination of groundwater. Okay, contamination of groundwater will take place. Okay, so these are the 6 disadvantages of irrigation, and we have 8 and more than that also. Okay, more than that, we'll have a lot of advantages along with that. Okay, so no need to study more about these advantages and disadvantages. This much is enough for you guys. Okay, please write the benefits and disadvantages. Please write the benefits and disadvantages. After that, we'll leading to your methods of irrigation.